Coliseu, Brazil. B4. It's one of those weird openings. Orangutan. Now, I've played this wrong before. You do have to worry about that pawn. It is funny, this is the main line, but, well, you get a tempo on this bishop whenever you want it. I mean, it's funny because you're giving up a center pawn for a wing pawn, which is usually not considered good. What should I do? Just castle? I have no idea. He just takes it anyway. Okay. Now, this is not a pin, is it? It's not a pin because the rook is defended by the queen. Okay, so he gets the bishop back. So we've gotten rid of one knight and one bishop, and he has an extra pawn in the center. I still want to play d5. But I don't know, maybe I should be thinking more about b6 here to blunt his rook. Ah, so he opened up a pin on the knight there. Let's go ahead and take more center. Get this knight out. Yeah, let's go ahead and play b6 and put the bishop on b7. Why not? So if he takes, I'll take back with a pawn, and I will have the famous hanging pawns. Ah, I see. He gets to win this pawn. Yeah, so I have a double attack on his queen, right? I can put the knight here. Attacks his queen by both the knight and the bishop. Bishop is defended. So the queen will have to move. Queen can't take the knight. Can't take the bishop. Queen will move. And then what's my follow-up move? I have a knight here. Oh, maybe, excuse me, maybe knight here is better, because that attacks the loose piece and attacks the queen. Queen can't take the bishop, can't take the knight. Unless he can find some clever move here. I think this is curtains. Ah, yeah, he did. He found a move that defends the bishop. Let's go ahead and take it anyway. Yeah, I don't see. I was trying to make this skewer work, but I couldn't find a way to do that. I mean, I could have, for example, taken the knight. Maybe that would have been better if we back up. If I took the knight, yeah, I could take twice on f3 there and double his pawns. Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Anyway, where did he go? He went there with the rook. So, defending the pawn here, I can go here. Let's maybe create that situation where we are attacking and maybe doubling his pawns. Yeah, he's not scared. I have to give up the queen to double his pawns. Ah, he went there. Yeah, so now let's put some pressure on this pawn. Okay, he left this loose, but it was with check, so no problem. But now he has to do something about his rook. Yeah, he moves it there. So I can get 2 attackers on it, but it's hard to get a third. Yeah, I need to find a better role for my bishop here. Maybe here to here would be interesting. So now I could go in with the queen, attack his rook and attack this pawn, attack the knight. That looks like a nice disruptive move. Let's see if he can find something. I mean, 2 pieces are hanging. The rook can move to defend the knight, or the queen can come back. And I can take here, I think. Now I have a problem on the back rank too. I have to be careful not to allow this check. But I think I can do something like yeah, he's going to try something tricky here, huh? So if I bring the queen in to defend the bishop, yeah, he might be able to just go knight here, or knight there. Knight there doesn't work so well, right? I can just take the knight. I can't take the rook. But well, let's see, I can check, and then take the rook. That still can't take. Oh, I think I can. Yeah, it's a nice little tactical sequence. because now I can take the rook, and then when he comes in to give the check, I can bring my rook back and block the check. So I can take the queen with check. That works too. Yep, he resigned. Just to show you the other idea, say he just blocked with the pawn, so no more checks. I can still take, because even though he has this check here, which looks very dangerous, the rook comes right back and blocks. So that's why getting to this square was important. I had to be in a square that's defended the rook. Okay, nice game. Let's see if we can get another one, maybe a rapid game here. Yeah, here we go. Fairy Augustina. In English, C4. I'll play my usual symmetric English and then an early D5. That's the way I've been playing it for a while now. It's been successful for me. Now this is actually a tricky position. For a while I experimented with defending the knight here, but turns out that you really need to take. You can look at that position with a computer if you want to. There's tricky lines that that white has there available to him or her. But this, I like this. I can get a kind of bind here with the pawn on e5. Don't mind if he takes, because I will have the bishop pair and I will have open lines, even though my pawns will be somewhat messed up. Okay, so let's get castled. He's pinning the knight. Yeah, is there an idea here? The idea is to take and then take with check. If I castle, he would take, and then I take back and he wins a pawn. So I guess I have to defend. There's kind of two ways to defend. I could defend with the queen or the bishop. I was wondering if I could just castle. That's why I was pausing to calculate. Now I can castle. Castling is good, I think. Then I can put a bishop here, and I'm threatening his queen. Let's see if the queen reacts in any way. Yeah, it goes back. Now he's got some kind of long-term threat there. Something to keep an eye on. But for now, let's just get the rook off of this diagonal and push the b-pawn. Aha. So he's undermining my center pawns. Is he going to take back with a piece here? Let's find out. He is. So he wants to have play on the open F file. The knight is also looking at this square. Open F file. So I think it'd be nice if I could get a pawn here to a bishop here. But I guess he can just push a pawn. Okay, if I ignore what he's doing and just play b6, give myself a solid structure over here. And he plays knight here. It's a fork of queen and bishop. So queen here, and he takes the bishop, and I take back. Now, do I really want that bishop so much? Is that a good exchange for me, or is that bad? Leaves me with the light squared bishop. The center is kind of open. My queen will be here. He will have this file. I don't know. I'm not sure I like that. So I could put my bishop here. Or here, maybe. Okay, so I can take his knight. Or I could move my knight into this square, which is kind of interesting, actually. Knight here. It's protected there. It's looking at a weak square here and here. Also here. Let's see what he does. Yeah, maybe I should be thinking of pawn up and knight here. But he can take it. He can take my knight because of his knight. Excuse me. Let's get rid of all the arrows. Yeah. His knight is guarding that square, so. All them circles are getting in the way. Well, he slowed down. Oh, he's brought his bishop out. Opened the diagonal for his bishop. So this is going to be dangerous if, for example, he lines his queen up there. Let's go ahead and blunt. I'm blunting this diagonal because, yeah, if he had a queen and bishop battery, it'd be annoying. Now here, could just drop back with my knight. Didn't like this check that he had here. I don't know, maybe it's nothing serious, but looked a bit annoying. So I am walking into a pin. I think I can unpin though with, say, bishop here, rook here. Oh, he goes that way. Okay, it's not going to be so easy to unpin then. Have to take, because he was forking queen and rook. So, attack the bishop. Now I don't mind putting my king here because there's no knight for him to drop into this square with check. Makes a difference. Okay, getting rid of some of them loose pawns there. Now, where do I want to put that knight? Where can I put it? I don't know. My main candidate moves are here and here. From here, I would go to here, attacking the bishop, but he could push this pawn forward, hitting my bishop and forking. So maybe I should just put it over here. I will play b6 if I get the chance, but he's not giving me the chance. He's been doing a good job of keeping the pressure up. Yeah, there he goes again. Yeah, I don't want to block the bishop there. So here. Knight here is a possibility. If he pushes this pawn, I want to be able to drop the bishop back. That's why putting the queen there didn't look so great. But he's definitely gained a lot of space, so certainly better in this position. I don't think he can prevent me from playing knight e7, though. Ah, he can. He can prevent me from playing knight e7. Whoosh. Okay. Let's lift a pawn up anyway. Okay, he's attacking my knight. I guess I could defend it. If bishop takes knight, queen takes, queen takes, queen takes. You know, if he moves his bishop with tempo, like here, I'll just have to go back. If I was him, you know, I'd be thinking about rook lifts, but maybe there's no good rook lift here. My bishop is controlling this square. So he goes there. Aha. Oh, that's really clever. So I can take the bishop, but then he takes my queen. It's rook and knight for queen. Let's resolve the situation with the pawn skis here. Then activate those pieces. Yeah, I was going to put a bishop or a knight here. I think bishop. Force some exchanges. Or force his bishop to a worse square. And if I get to keep the bishop here, I'll have an outpost for my knight. Can bring this rook, yeah, so he takes. I still have an outpost for my knight. And so what's he looking at here? Let's go here. Okay, my ideal scenario is rook here, knight here, check. And then if the queen takes the knight, it'll be getting the queen back for a rook and knight, so probably back to about an even position. He saves the pawn. So do I still want to do that? So I put the rook here, and he ignores me. I play knight check. If the king moves, I take the queen. So he's going to take. He can take with the rook. I'll take the queen. And he can take my other rook. It's not working. So let's see if I can round up these pawns. Maybe that'll be the way to get some kind of advantage out of this. When you have a knight and rook against a queen, you do have an extra piece. So you can, by force of numbers, take these pawns. Then knight here hits the queen, and rook here. Knight here check is still possible, I guess. Just confining his king to the back rank. Yeah. So he moved the rook aside to promote this pawn, but now I have the check. King goes here or here. Here is mate, so the king goes there. King in the corner, rook takes pawn is mate, yeah. So now I can come back here with check. He can attack my rook. I can place my rook here with check. Or I could place it here, which is kind of a double threat, threatening to win the rook, threatening to win the pawn. So he goes there. Now I'm wondering, is there a mate here? This threatens mate. Ah, but he can take my knight. If he takes my knight, it's not a mate. Well, I can check here. Putting it here and down to here was my mating idea. Check here. King runs this way. Let's give one check. It's forcing. Now, if I give another check, the king will run up here. Then I could take the pawn. Okay, if I take this pawn now, is there a mate? Is there a trick? He can bring the queen back and attack both the rook and the knight simultaneously, and I can't really check. Now I can go here, and it's a mate threat. So the queen goes there, guarding this square. But that is not so great, is it? I go here with check. And he has to take, and now I'm a rook up, or a knight up at least. Aha! He's going to win with his pawn. Yeah, so I can check it and bring my rook back in time to stop the pawn. But he gets the knight. I guess I have to do that. Have to do that. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that there, and then we will get my king up off the back rank here. Well, that was very quick. How's the best way to get a passer here? I push, he takes, I take. And I just start bringing these pawns forward. But I'd like to keep them together. Is there a way to do that? I push, he takes, I push. So I'll have a pair of passers. It will be convenient. I drop back, he will bring the king forward. I'll step aside. Or I'll just step aside now. I don't know if this is a draw, or it could be winning for me, depending on how close he gets with this king. Okay, he's got to do something now. Yeah. Oh, is he actually going to be able to stop me? I go here, his king goes there. I bring the pawn up. I go here. Bring the pawn up. Just short, huh? But here threatens mate. I mean, threatens to queen. So I guess it's a draw, unless he finds something good here. I mean, I could have queened. He would trade, I take, and then his king steps here in front of this pawn. So I think it's a draw at best. So I'm going to repeat. Yep. And anyway, good game. Hope you guys enjoyed those, and I will see you next time. Bye.